You should be able to pay the bills. There should be a roof over your head. You should be able to put food on the table. Just at least take care of the basic needs of life.
It's a very good initiative.
Why will you bring somebody into your life
if you can't
take care of that, and then you now impregnate your wife again, and you bring a child into the world that you can't take care of? No.
How do we combat that kind of a thinking or narrative then, especially within a Christian sense? Because you see it a lot where there's that thing of marriage being like pushed as the goal. You know what I mean? You're young Christian, like guys, right now,
get married straight away,
right? And then we have a lot of young Christians that maybe they're getting married at young ages by 21, let's say, even sometimes like 19. It happens a lot within like an Australian Christian setting, I'd say here. Like a lot of the like white Australians, they typically get married very, very younger. You know,
dating at 15, married at 19.
Married 19 kind of thing, right? Yeah. Wow. And then sadly, you see a lot of the time as well that by 27, by 28, there's decisions that crumble. You know, things change within that setting. They found themselves now, whatever it might be. So when you understand that, like, definitely God loves marriage and blesses marriage and wants to see families within His church, how do we balance that with also telling young people to be wise and not just fall into I love the way you are kind of narrative? How do we navigate that and balance that?
Well, I think a lot of people get married too early.
Right.
They've not yet discovered themselves. And then by the time they discover themselves, they probably realize that they've made a mistake. And then they're already stuck. And we also need to understand that when you're getting married to someone, you're getting married to their past, their present, and their future. Yeah. Because there are different versions of them that will emerge as time goes on. Yeah. I actually say this, and I think every man should hear this. There is no man on earth that will ever be married to one woman, because no one woman is really one woman. Every woman is at least 7 in 1. No.
Different version. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Now, you know, there's a story. I have a series, part 1 to 3, I think, is the stranger within the lover.
Yeah.
You know, the Bible talks about the fact that we should be ready to entertain strangers. Yeah. Because you
don't know when you're
Abraham entertained angels unknowingly. So sometimes strange stuff comes out of those you love. And you're like, I didn't know that was there. That's the stranger within the lover. So you must know how to embrace the lover and deal with the stranger and keep love going. So when you are meeting someone for the first time, you're a young man, you meet a young lady, and then you love her, she loves you. You say, let's begin to develop something together. That's one version of that person. There are things she will never do, things she will never say, things she will never demand of you until you put a ring on it. The very minute you marry, that person is gone forever. Now you are married to a wife. And you are like, she start demanding and saying, you're like, excuse me, you don't know, she's now your wife. She's no more your fiancée. She's now your wife. So you are now married to a wife. Now, if you don't quickly understand how to handle your wife and become friends with your wife, you are setting yourself up for trouble. Why? Because very soon, she's going to get pregnant. And then she's going to be a mother. The very minute she becomes a mother, your wife is gone forever. You are now married to a mother. That's a different version. And now, many of the things that you had monopoly over, you now have to queue for. So, for instance, you had monopoly over the breast. It was your breast. But now it's no more your breast.
Not anymore.
You have to be on the queue. So there are a lot of things, and you suddenly begin to realize that, excuse me, am I now a second-class citizen in my own house? When most, for majority of women, 98% of women, when they tell you, I believe in family, I love my family, they are talking of children, not the husband. They love their children more than their husband, even though the children came after the marriage. And if you don't know how to handle that, it becomes a problem. And that's how it goes. So before you know it, she's a mother. Before you know it, so you have to be ready to deal with all those versions of the people you get into a relationship with. So I would say to people, prepare for marriage before you get married. A lot of people prepare for wedding, but only few people prepare for marriage. Wedding is for a day, but marriage is for a lifetime.
That was the one thing I kept on saying, because we did premarital counseling. That's the one thing that I had in my mind. I'm like, everyone was like, are you excited for the wedding day? I'm like, yes, but I was like, I can't wait